UK-based Glaxo Smithkline says it will slash the cost of its Rotarix vaccine by 67%. It'll now cost $5 to immunise a child against rotavirus, a leading cause of diarrhoea. And diarrhoea is the world's second biggest killer of children after pneumonia. More than 500,000 die of it every year. The price cuts have been welcomed by aid agencies, but Save the Children says it only goes so far in plugging a $3.7 billion shortfall needed to produce life-saving drugs. Well, joining me now is Paul Cook. He's the head of advocacy at the charity Tearfund. Thanks very much indeed for coming in. So initially, how much difference or how much impact will it have to cut the prices of some of these vaccines?
Well, this is very welcome news today. It will make a huge difference to hundreds of thousands of people around the world. So it's a big step forward, a huge milestone. But it is only one piece in a big jigsaw puzzle. And what we need to actually see a lot more focus on is preventing the causes of diarrhoea in the first place. And that's about clean water, sanitation and hygiene. 88% of those suffering from these terrible diarrheal diseases suffer because they don't have those basic things. So we need more action in those areas as well.
So we mentioned diarrhoea as being one of the big killers of children. What are the other areas that need to be focused on? And is it your understanding that they will cut the prices of some of the other drugs that are needed for treating children?
This is the first step. There's going to be other action on drugs as well. But vaccination is just one part of the problem. So diarrhoea, there's 1.4 million children under 5 that die from diarrheal disease every year. That's the same as those that die from HIV, malaria and TB put together. So it makes a huge difference that we focus on this critical issue. But we're not going to do that through vaccinations alone. We've got to tackle the water and sanitation crisis as well.
But just to go back to the issue of the drug companies, I mean, why do you think they're doing this now? Is it because they think that some of the other companies around the world are going to come up with new vaccines that are going to be cheaper, and so they've got to do something right now? Do you think the timing is significant?
I think it is significant timing. This is part of a global alliance which brings together NGOs, companies and governments to do more to tackle vaccination, and that's very much to be welcomed, and it is very good news. But unless, as I say, they're also tackling this global sanitation crisis, we won't be doing enough to tackle the causes of these diarrheal diseases as well as vaccinating people against them.
Presumably if you free up money that you were spending on drugs to tackle some of those other areas, that's helpful as well, isn't it? So why do you think the drugs have been so expensive up until now? I mean, has it simply been a case of just a few big companies controlling the large share of it?
I think it's always going to be a struggle for the poorest communities to afford some of these drugs, and for companies to produce this in a way that's going to make sense and is going to be affordable for the poorest. So this is a welcome step forward. It is very good news. But unless we see more progress on this critical issue of water and sanitation, then this is only going to be part of that solution. And next year we have a global meeting of the Sanitation and Water for All initiative, and we'd love to see governments and companies putting the same kind of effort into that initiative that we've seen this week going into vaccinations.
Is there any argument for bringing some of the drug companies into some of those programs that you're talking about? Because presumably if they work in chemicals and that kind of thing, they can help with things like sanitation and water treatment?
It's critical. We all need to work together on this. I think governments, the private sector and charities as well all need to be pulling together in the same direction to tackle vaccinations and also to tackle the root causes of poor water and sanitation.
How transparent do you think it is at the moment? I mean, UNICEF issued a report about a week ago stating what the prices they were being charged for some of these drugs, and some of it was actually quite surprising. Do you think there's enough transparency in this world?
I think there is some transparency. It's growing, and we always need more, of course. But it's great to have these announcements out there. They do push things in the right direction, as I say. But once again, we do need to tackle this sanitation crisis as well, so that we're tackling both sides of this problem rather than just one part of it.
OK. Paul Cook, thanks very much indeed for coming to talk to us. Thank you.
Thank you.